highways that goes through Hamilton. We're on the 403 going west. So we're headed to the airport, drop off some empty cans for a customer there, cargo company. And the QEW, we left that behind. It turned to the left. And it also goes through another edge of Hamilton. It's kind of like a triangle, really, sort of how it works. So we're just coming down here on the downtown area. We're not driving straight through it, but by it. You got to exit off to really get to it. And the speed limit here does drop down to 90 because there's several sharper turns and hills and stuff. So we'll see that here soon. That road there above you, that's Highway 6 south coming from the Guelph area. And later on we'll get on the 6 again to go towards the airport. So the 6 kind of parallels the 403 right here, and then you come the same highway for a little bit. That's why you see the 6 sign there on the right. So here we are coming down through Hamilton, Steeltown, home of McMaster University. Get real great views off this road. Maybe if I had a passenger that could turn the camera a different way, off to the left, you'd probably get decent, or on the way back to the right. A lot of trees, a lot of hills and bridges and stuff. It's got quite a long hill here getting out of Hamilton. Trucks tend to go pretty slow there. I won't have a problem with that because I'm so light. Also home of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, for those of you that are in the Canadian football. I'm not, but you might be. I just talked to my guy at the airport, and what he explained to me made sense. Of course, I've had many of those conversations before, where you phone the customer and everything they say on the phone makes complete sense, and maybe you write it down or whatnot. I didn't today because I'm driving, but you might even take notes and like, yeah, no, that makes complete sense, and then you get there and nothing they said really matches up. I've had that happen. I don't think that'll happen this time. He seemed to be pretty sure of himself. So I guess we're driving right in the terminal, right where the cars go, and then turn it off. So I don't really like doing that in case you do a wrong turn or something. But so as you can probably tell, we're slowing down quite a bit here, down to 90, which is what the speed limit is anyways. This paper there. I don't know where the university is exactly. I don't think it's right close to this highway. I have a feeling it's further off the highway. But we're going to be watching out for the signs for the airport, so if you see them, scream out at me so I know where to go. Although by that time I will have already been there. By the time you see this, I'll already be home, because I don't have enough data to stream these things live. The guy ahead of me is going quite slow. Must be very heavy, I guess. So there's not a ton to see on still hot. When the sun's shining in your vehicle, you don't even need the heat on. Really. I turned mine off. It's getting a bit hot in here. Hopefully this will go smooth. As a truck driver, especially if it's a customer you don't know, all the time really, but especially if it's one you don't know, you never have any idea if you're going to be in and out quick, if it's going to take forever. Like, there's no way of knowing really. Looks like we're losing the lane here, so it's down to 2 lanes now. I'll just stay behind this guy even though he's going slow because I'm going to turn off at the next exit anyways. Yeah, you never know if it's going to go smooth, you get stuck, it's tough to back up. Once you know your customers, it helps out a little bit, but even then, you still don't really know. Lots of times you think you're going to take an hour and it takes 4 hours. Or you might think it's going to be 2 hours and it might take half an hour. Usually it doesn't go that direction. Usually it's longer, not less, but so yeah, we're getting off at Highway 6 South. This road will take us almost all the way into the airport, and then there's one other side road, and then away we go here. So we got a long meandering turn here. I have flown into Halifax, or not Halifax, but Hamilton before, from the west when I was going east. It's a smaller airport, even though it's a big sized city. The airport itself is smaller. They don't have jet ports, so when you get off a plane, you walk off. So that would be a major bummer in the rain or in wintertime. I don't know why they don't have jet ports. I'm not sure why they never tried to get them. But a lot of smaller airports don't have them. And anyways, I've heard it's a good one, a good airport to use. I only seen it the once, and I just stayed on the plane because it was only stopping and dropping people off, picking people up. I was taking the same plane again, so I didn't even get off. It wasn't worth it. But, definitely less busy than Pearson. Pearson International in Toronto is a zoo, pretty well. Very busy. Airplanes galore, even helicopters. They got people going all over the place. Definitely want to know which way you're going. One interesting thing about Pearson is where we live, all the planes that go to my area of the country are all in this one little tiny section way in the end of the airport, sort of like a dead end. And so it's not hard at least finding where my planes are to go back home, because they're always leaving from that dead end spot way at the end where all the dinky little airplanes are, because they're all small going to Eastern Canada. So it makes it easy. You don't get lost on the way home, for sure. So, just chugging along here. Somebody must. Oh, there's a light up there. Okay, that's what it is. I was wondering what the deal was. Looks like a traffic light. I'll probably cut this out of the video. So, their airport must be a bit outside of the city. I see some big hangars here, so it must be getting close. I see them off to the left, peeking up there. Hopefully it goes smooth. As a truck driver, I can't speak for anyone else but myself. You're always a little bit stressed or apprehensive or nervous maybe every time you have a new customer, especially if it's in a place like a city or an airport or a port or someplace really important. If it's out in the country, it's not as big a deal, but you're always apprehensive. Once you leave, that's when you kind of feel at ease and, okay, I did my part. So now I can, move on. see a cargo jet airplane there. I'm gonna get off on Airport Road. Here to the left. I don't know where Buddy's going. Surely those ain't going on an airplane, you wouldn't think. Don't think someone would airmail septic tanks, would they? Just for fun. My wife looked into it the other day to see how much it would cost us to send like a decent sized box. Like not a big thing like that, but like a box. I forget what size it was, but get like a board game type box, or maybe a box big enough to put 2 board games in it. She priced it out with, I forget what, one of the Purolator or UPS or something. It was to go to Togo, to send this box to Togo where we're going. $1,000. $1,000. Yes, it was going by air, but still, I couldn't believe it. One time in Binion, I sent an envelope back to Canada, just literally a big envelope with some business type papers in it, and I paid $100 at DHL to fly that back. So I guess if it's $100 for an envelope, then it makes sense that it's $1,000 for a box, I guess. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Alright, so they told me to come straight in as if I'm going to the terminal. It actually looks smaller than I would have thought, this airport. I'm surprised. I thought it would be bigger on this side, but it really doesn't look any bigger than the one that we have back east, really. Our main airport for us is Moncton. We have 3 where I live, but the biggest one's Moncton. I would say this one doesn't seem that much bigger than Moncton. So anyways, he told me to drive in here. Take a left. I hope I heard him right, because I feel like I'm in a car-only zone here. That's the thing about airports. It doesn't feel truck-friendly at the moment, does it? If you look around on the video, I'm sure you can see the airplanes everywhere and cars everywhere, but you don't see a ton of transports. So I may have taken a wrong turn. Although I do see a truck up there. So if you wanted to fly somewhere, I could have dropped you off right now. Okay, there is a road here then. Oh, what do you know? Maybe it was the right way to go. Had me a little nervous. That truck went out, so it's promising. So I'm looking for my customer. I see it. Not totally sure. I guess they don't have to wear a mask here because I see Buddy's not wearing a mask. Lots of transports here, so I feel better now. Probably in the right zone.